I like people who are like, you know, when you ask how they are, they give a genuine answer.
Yeah.
They don't just go, yeah, I'm okay. They say, you know what, I've had a shit day today.
It's like how like the richest people apparently view life as like a game. They don't play video games, their life is the game, and they're like, I'm going to do everything to like win it.
I mean, if you think about it, life is technically a game.
Yeah.
What's your most embarrassing moment, Wayne, that you can recall that makes you feel
I'm not
like
going to embarrass myself. What do you think? No, you have to tell me.
Well, I don't know. I haven't witnessed every waking moment of your life.
I'm not an embarrassment.
No, fuck off. So what? So you're implying that I'm a complete embarrassment. And he's like, right, let's eat some of this cake, right?
Oh.
And they start eating it.
What are you fucking on about a cake? Why has he brought a cake to a date? A cake? It's like his birthday. He's got no friends.
What are the things that guys shouldn't do on a first date?
Like don't go to the toilet for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like he's clearly like, I know what he's up to. Yeah.
What do you mean? What?
Well, he's doing a poo, innit?
Oh,
I don't want to make my date immediately think about me doing a poo, you know.
Yeah.
So just don't do a poo. Do a poo before you go on the date.
What if you got to do one?
But then again, if my date is that shallow that she's going to judge me for doing a poo,
I don't mind, like, you know, like the stuff like farting, pooing, everything like that. Like everyone does it. I don't see why that's a thing to like.
Yeah.
Don't hold it.
No, you shouldn't judge it.
Don't want you like them fucking your tummy rumbling, being like.
Yeah. But you know, there are some couples who are like married, like been married for like 30 years and never farted in front of each other. How weird is that?
I reckon they've got problems.
Yeah, like they've got communication issues.
Mentally and down there.
Yeah. One thing that guys do too much, apparently, is talk about themselves. That's one rule of seduction, is listen. Girls like men who listen. Are you
doing it because it's a rule or because you're genuinely interested?
Yeah, I do it because it's a rule. No, I'm joking. I do it because I'm interested.
I hate talking about myself when talking to someone else because I feel like they know me, but I don't know them. I feel like I get intimate very quickly. Not intimate, but
yeah, you do.
I'm very open. With people, and I feel like
with you that's the only way to be, like it's just like obvious.
I couldn't be like deceptive and like hiding,
mysterious. Like no one's ever said, Wayne, you're so mysterious. You're such a mysterious guy. It's not in just the case of dating, it's just in the case of meeting people. It's like,
right, what would you say?
Hang on, people feel like they're like, to impress someone and to make them like you have to kind of like just talk about yourself, talk about your achievements, talk about things that might make them like think that you're impressive or something. But really, you want someone who's interested in you, if more than anything, genuine,
and not just someone go, yeah, oh yeah,
interesting, yeah. I mean,
well, anyway, my job.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about them. It's all about just like their achievements. But usually it's because they're a little bit insecure, like they feel like they have to impress you, sort of thing. But
that's you never want to. You always want someone that's gonna like push you to be better, don't you think? You don't want to like just think like, oh, I can easily get them. And
no, that's it. That's the worst thing.
That you feel like
the worst thing
you, so you fight for them.
Is someone who's too nice.
Yeah.
Someone who's too like accepting of you, someone who's just like worships the ground you walk on and just like has no bad way to say about nothing bad to say about you.
I think every partner that I have or have had sort of thing, like do things that like not like pisses me off, but is like that's not the greatest, but they're so small in comparison to everything else that is, I think's amazing.
The worst thing for me is someone who's just too nice, too accepting of who you are, too kind of just like it's hard. It sounds wrong when I say too accepting of who you are, but what I'm really saying when I say that is like, you want someone who
a bad bitch.
I want a bad fucking bitch who slaps me about a little bit, puts me in my place, and says, you know what, you're talking shit, you're being a dickhead.
But then when I tell you what I like, and like whether it's sexual or like, you know, just normal stuff, you're just like, what is that? And
am I?
Yeah.
No. I mean,
you want a bad bitch, but you're not ready for it.
No, I mean, what do you mean by bad bitch? Do you just mean in the bedroom? Someone who just whips you around and like spits on you and shit.
Someone who isn't just gonna like. I wouldn't want to be with someone that like does everything I say, sort of thing. I want them to be their own person.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Anyone wants sort of thing. Like, obviously, that sounds like what you want.
You don't want
someone who's just gonna be there 24/7, like. at your request sort of thing.
No.
You want them to live their own life.
Yeah. You feel like having time apart, time separated from each other is important, do you think?
100%.
So you wouldn't
Look at us. We're best friends. We've gone, I think there was a time when we didn't speak for like a year probably, or...
Yeah. But it didn't even, I mean, it didn't even feel like a
go
dramatic
right back
point.
in, bang, and we got so much to talk about, and it's like the passion's there sort of thing.
Yeah, not once was I like, I mean, it's just, I mean, we didn't see each other because of circumstances, because we have our own fucking lives to live.
You mentioned that to me a long time ago with a previous ex. You were like, was it you? I think it was you. Where you were like, I don't see you as an individual, I see you as that and that person.
Yeah, oh really?
Yeah,
because you know what happened was, you were in the relationship with this person, and it started to become as though like everything that you did, you had to do with you had to be with them, you had to come with them, they had to come with you. It was never just like, oh, we can separate. And like I've it's not only been with you, like I've witnessed it in situations where I've hung out with groups, and like there's been a couple within it, and like you're in a couple, right, and you're in a gathering and that, and this couple is presumably with each other all the time because they're hanging out all the time, and yet they just hang out with each other, and you're in this massive social group full of people, and they don't split up or separate, and it's like, well, what are you doing with these people?
There for, to socialize.
Yeah, and if you're not comfortable enough in your own skins in this relationship to separate and enjoy yourselves apart from each other, then I think that says something about your relationship. You know, I think you definitely need time apart.
So if you're on that first date, listen to them. And don't just get drunk to thinking like, I'm going to just drink, so like it just goes through me, so don't have to actually listen to
yeah because that's really bad.
Fucking twat at yourself.
You're just sitting there like, alright, cool. Yeah, like you've actually got to pay attention. Yeah, that's one thing.
But that's when they'll take advantage of you. Then they'll order like, let's get the lobster.
Yeah, exactly,
£900 bottle of wine over here now.
Yeah, I would say
why am I imagining this date in Nando's? I don't know why this whole time I've been imagining you.
Nando's is a good first date if you both haven't got a lot of money.
No, it's not.
It is. I mean, why would you?
Really not. I feel like it's a really solid like second date.
Would you say?
Well, then again,
what's a solid first date then?
First date should always be like low commitment, and by that I mean like don't make it something stupid expensive sort of thing.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Like you go for a coffee with a girl or guy. That if they feel uncomfortable, think like, yeah, this is really not it, they can just like leave sort of thing. It's not got to continue. Whereas if you go to like, I don't know, something
that you need to stay there for, that is the worst thing ever.
I have to be here now sort of thing. And
like, I don't know, like, seeing a movie or something.
As a first,
I mean, you could walk out.
Date, that's bad. It's like maybe a second, third one once you know, like, I
can't think of anything weird. Imagine going to see a movie with someone who you don't even know, and you can't even talk to them, really. And that's your first date? What are you doing? Like, that's a third date sort of thing, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. That's just fucking weird.
I'd say second or third, but it depends. Like, if you're going out just to go see a movie,
and then after it finishes,
then that's weird. But if it's like you planned a whole day of like things to do, then that's your chill time, and then
I mean, another thing I would say is freshen up. You know. Obvious basic things like decent hygiene.
Shower once a week. Actually,
fuck off.
This is something I
don't shower once a week. I
ask this: how often do you change your bedding?
How often do I change my? I actually changed my bedding.
This is going to be like yesterday's. Yeah. How often?
Probably like every maybe 10 days, something like that. Every 2 weeks.
Acceptable. Every 2 weeks. Okay.
10 days, 2 weeks.
2 weeks getting a bit much.
So what about you?
Week.
Every week.
Yeah.
Is it because how do you know? Was it like a consistent thing? Like
you sleep in your bed and you probably like sweating it during.
No, I get that. No, I get that. Trust me.
I have bad acne, so like.
Yeah, but like, what is it? Do you have like a schedule? Like you have an alarm?
No,
like
just like every
clean sheets now.
Every like weekend sort of thing. That's when
but is it really every week? Are you bullshitting me here?
No.
This is the thing, because I feel like all of these things that we talk about, right? People go, "Oh, I don't do that. I don't do." Okay, but it's like I'm not talking about what's the right thing to do. I'm talking about what you really do.
What I really do is once a week. The shower thing, I have pissed in the shower quite a few times. I will.
You have pissed in the shower, and you give me shit for pissing in the shower.
Anytime I think like, I'm going in the shower. Do I need to piss? I just piss before I go in, because like the shower's only going to be like 5-10 minutes.
No,
tops.
Of course I piss before I go in. But say if I'm scrubbing away and I'm enjoying myself and I need a piss, I'll piss.
Yeah, I've had that
exactly.
But I don't fucking piss all over my leg and like.
So you hold your dick. You hold your dick and you hold your dick and you piss against the wall. Like, what
don't hold it. Like, it just...
You just piss at the drain.
Yeah. Right,
this is what I don't understand.
Because we already discussed...
No, but I do want to talk about... This is building off of it, right? With the shower thing, right? People have mentioned that, like, oh, it's weird that you don't piss in the drain. Do you know how fucking stupid that is? Because... Look, it only takes 5 seconds to think.
But do you know what? I've thought about this, and even if you do piss in your leg or something, you can like wash it off, sort of.
Yeah,
thing. Like,
it's not a big deal.
Fair enough.
And someone saying piss in the drain. Excuse me, that's what a fucking shower is. Everything is going towards the drain. You don't need to direct your cock towards the drain for it to go in the drain.
But it's just like
that's how a shower is built. So like everything is going in the drain. I just don't understand. I feel like
you wouldn't just
people aren't honest with themselves.
But you wouldn't just go piss in the shower and then wash it all down, sort of thing. So it's just a bit weird.
It's if the shower's on. It is a bit weird. Like, say if you turn the shower off and then
I do.
Okay,
fine. I do admit, like, if you do like piss on yourself, you can just wash it off after. Okay, I guess that's fine.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
like, if you just like, come on, man, you know when you're gonna go piss. But yeah, bed in.
Yeah.
Every week.
Yeah. Basic hygiene. Yeah, exactly. Brush your teeth. That's something. It's bad breath. Make sure that you don't have bad breath. Use mouthwash. Use whatever. You know.
That's a get like every. I mean, like, I make sure I'm like clean, smelling nice, deodorant, everything every day, sort of thing. I think that's because
it is a given. True, but maybe coat yourself routines, the second time.
Routines are the best. And I was talking with this with a guy at work. He was saying like, I need to stick to a routine. I was like, oh yeah, same. Like, even if I have days off, I try and wake up like early.
Yeah. What's your average time that you wake up in the morning?
What, like?
Even on your days off, if you say you're trying to stick to it being early?
Like 9 a.m. sort of thing.
Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, I know some people are so fucking efficient that they wake up at like 6 a.m., which is something that I pursue to do because I think it's very good.
Whether it's like coaching uni or like lettings that are like early sort of thing, like, it will be anywhere from like 6 till 7:30.
Right, okay.
Around those periods of time.
6 to 7:30. So that is pretty early, to be fair. I feel like those people are like the winners because it's like you've woken up like 2-3 hours earlier than everyone else. You can get so much shit done before people are even woken up. Like, you just become so efficient.
I hate that when someone says like, "Oh, I have an extra hour in the day than you." Have you seen those? Like,
no, it's true though, right?
Yeah, true.
Maybe for about a year now, I don't think I've gone to sleep earlier than midnight for like a whole fucking year. Like maybe even 2 years. You know, I've got a really bad routine at the minute with sleeping.
Nice. It's so whenever you should try this. Get into a routine of going to bed at like, I don't know, 10, 11 p.m. Try aim for 10 p.m.
How long does it take you to actually, like, once your head hits the pillow, how long does it take you to fall asleep? Because sometimes it can take me up to 2 hours.
If I'm not like messaging, email and sorting out stuff or anything, then like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that.
Are you listening to anything? Is it just pitch black, dead silent?
Someone or putting a movie on or something, then I'll just like slowly be there for like an hour or maybe 45
and drift off. Yeah,
and it'll be like drift off.
But what's like what's your most common thing? Is it like dead silence?
I try and put my like phone away. Just don't touch it. Like far away, like meter plus.
You ever like scrolling through TikTok and shit?
Nah, I try not to.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
So I just keep it far away, and then just like, you just drift off. But try it. Get into a routine. You'll wake up early just naturally.
Yeah,
and it's so good.
Like, you wake up and you hear the birds tweeting. Yeah. I haven't had that for fucking ages, man. And I mean, I think it would be good for me, but I've just come into a routine where I go to bed so late that like getting up early would just make me feel so shit the next day. But it's just the case of keeping up this routine and forcing myself to get up. I mean, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. is fucking early to me, but really it's not. Really, it's not. I mean, when I say some people get up, do you know these dog walkers who get up at like 6 a.m.? Remember?
Oh no, you should go around. Remember we went Hampstead. Like you get people like proper running like 6:30 a.m.
Oh, doesn't it just piss you off? People are so fucking efficient at life.
No, but it's like you
come on, man.
No, but it's like I don't.
Who's that efficient?
I don't get that. Why are you like?
Just get up an hour later, or maybe 2 hours later.
So early.
You're just showing off.
No, but that's the thing. I've seen that when it's like a Saturday or Sunday morning sort of thing, and it's like, That's craziness to me.
Yeah.
Like, just out walking your dogs at 6:30 a.m.
Oh God, it's so. I remember we went camping and there were people walking around us, and I was like, "What are you doing at this?" Like, if I weren't camping, I would not be awake right now. And yet, that's their people's daily routine. It's fucking crazy.
It's crazy. It is.
Come
but
on,
do you know what it feel like when you're like 40? You'll probably be like that. Let's say you've made
maybe. I hope I am.
Money.
I hope I am.
Bored and you.
Yeah.
Side
I mean, look. The only
no. When I honestly, I want to view life as like a game, like side quest sort of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing side quests all the time. It's actually amazing.
Life is a side quest.
It's like how like the richest people apparently view life as like a game. They don't play video games. Their life is the game, and they're like, I'm going to do everything to like win it.
I mean, if you think about it, if you get really deep into it, life is technically a game.
Yeah. You only have one life.
I mean, you do only have one life.
Hardcore mode.
And you fucking shouldn't fuck it up, you know, because you only got that one life.
This is the most realistic game you can play.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you're living it.
When you said that though, right now, it's stuff lately where I've had like what would you call it? Like life conscious like decisions. Whenever I thought like, no, I better not do that because that's like bad sort of thing. And then when something good's happened, I've been like, actually, there is a God sort of thing. Like, no, honestly, like recent, like, you know how like, do you remember I was like trying to convince people, like even you in the past, like there is a God sort of thing. And
you were like that a few years ago. Yeah,
and then I was like, actually, Vinny, there might be a God.
And I'm like, oh really? but like, what do you think? I don't even know what you think about whether or not there is a God.
I really don't know, but
so you're an agnostic like everyone else.
But
I mean, if you think about it, technically, everyone's an agnostic.
I say that all the time, like, it could be a simulation, but it comes round a lot again to, like, my Christian sort of beliefs and stuff.
So were you raised a Christian or?
Yeah.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Church Sundays and baptized.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I used to believe in God for quite a while, actually. I remember I used to be so fucking conscious of it. Like, whenever something bad...
Whenever you had a wank, you just, like, fingers crossed.
I was like, sorry, God, sorry. No, what I would do is whenever something bad would happen... I would protest the devil. I would be like, I would genuinely look down at the. This is no word of a lie. It was really weird habit. This was when I was like maybe 8. I would look down at the ground.
You were schizophrenic or something.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I would look down at the ground and like frown at it as if I'd like protest it. I'd be like, and I'd look up and I would smile as if like God is up there, the devil's down there, God's all is forgiven and all that stuff. And I would think about all that stuff. I would be so conscious of that.
What about the Australians?
Yeah, I didn't know about them, yeah. But like, it was, I was a bit bad with geography.
Is this I think this is basic geography.
What?
That Australia is smaller than America.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that. Well, someone said that's not obvious.
No, I was told I have really good geography skills to that, and I don't think that's just like.
I mean, I remember I did. To
be fair, Australia is like a whole continent, and.
Yeah, but when you look at the maps...
yeah.
But then again, though, on maps, it's very deceiving because it's deceptive because when it's drawn out, when it's laid out on a 2D map, things are, like, blown out of proportion in terms of scale in order to, like, compensate for the fact that you've obviously laid it out on a 2D map. Did you know that? So, like, everything that you see on a map is like, especially, like, the things on the edge are, like, a lot bigger. They appear a lot bigger than they actually are. So it's quite an interesting thing. So it's maybe it's not as obvious as it really is, but I remember when I studied geography, I thought it was so boring, and that's why I'm so bad at it, because like when like when we went for a phase of doing like these card games and stuff, and we did like trivia shit, I would be so bad at them. Like I would know none of the answers about like what's the continent of this, what's the capital of this, blah blah blah. No, not even trivia, but geographical trivia. I just do not care. I don't know. I don't care where things are. I don't know where the capital of things are. I just think that's stupid information that's only important, that's only worthwhile knowing when you're doing trivial quizzes. Otherwise, it's just a waste of information. Well, if you're travelling to somewhere, the plane is taking you there, the pilot knows where he's going. No, why the fuck do you need to know?
People know that trivial stuff, obviously, because it's important to them. They've used it before.
Or they've just retained that information,
because they've actually used it in a useful situation. So maybe you're just not thinking that information is useful when it actually is.
I just don't think it's worth... It's never been... something that's caused me trouble, not knowing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like kind of there's like 2 Londons.
Yeah, there's a London in Canada, isn't there? Yeah.
So if someone was like, if you like were booking a flight to like London, you fucking misread that was the Canada.
You'd say London, UK. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
It's like done.
no,
They're the idiots if they don't.
Yeah, but you would. I know you would be the idiot just to
go through the wrong one.
click it. But that's a bit more expensive. Fuck it. Oh well.
Can I might as well say like one of my most embarrassing moments. This is actually my most embarrassing moment. But the good thing about it is that no one else suffered it with me. So at least
Suffered what?
this embarrassing moment,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah, but the second-hand embarrassments are like.
second-hand embarrassment, and the problem with me is that whenever I have an embarrassing moment, I'm always compelled to tell someone. So as soon as it happened, I called up Quiva, my ex-girlfriend, and told her the situation, and I was
Your ex.
yeah, and like I was just like, hang on a minute, why did I tell you this? I didn't need to tell you this.
That you're talking to now to move on to
Yeah.
my ex. I've got to go back and tell my ex.
I wasn't talking to
Give
anyone
them
then.
the
at the
yick
minute.
some more, so they definitely fucking go. Like you're just screaming to the rooftops now. Like, leave me. This story's meant to put you off me.
No. So what happened was I was traveling for work and I was in Dublin, right?
Oh.
And so I'd finished my trip and I was at Dublin Airport. I was staying at someone's house, right, in Ireland, and I had picked up my wallet on the floor, okay? When I was going through security, bear in mind, say I've got like 90 minutes to board my plane and go through security. When I was going through that, I put my hand in my pocket and I picked up a wallet and I saw that. I was like, oh, fuck, this isn't my wallet. Shit, this is Jax. Jax was someone who I was living with, and I was like, oh fuck me, what do I do now? I shouldn't probably take it with me. I should leave it at the airport because I know that he's coming to this airport. So I was like, oh fuck. So I left security. I left the queue. You know, I dipped my head underneath the the railing thing, and I was like, okay, let me. Where should I go? Okay, he's probably traveling with Ryanair. So I went to see Ryanair. And they said, oh yeah, we can't help you, you need to go to see the police. And I was like, okay, I'll go and see the police, right? And then I go run to see the police are shut. Whenever the police shut, do you know what I mean? Oh, like, no, under these hours, we don't care about any crimes that are committed. So anyway, so I was like, oh, fuck, what do I do now? So I just spoke to anyone I could find, right, who had like an outfit on. And I spoke to this guy.
An outfit?
What
were
did
the
you say?
naked people there? Ireland sounds wicked.
The security thing on. And I said, who shall I see? And he said, go and speak to Ryanair. And I was like, I just spoke to them and they said they can't help me. I said, no, they should be able to help you. And I was like, oh, fucking hell. So anyway, I go back to Ryanair, right? And I say, look, I've got my friend's wallet and I don't know what to do with it because it's not mine. I need to give it to someone, basically. And bear in mind, the time is ticking away. I've got about an hour left, right? I haven't even gone through security, right? I peek my head over back to the queue where the security is.
It's longer.
And I can see that all of a sudden, from the point where it was just like next to no one, all of a sudden it's just like this massive queue of people.
This is what I hate about you because like you leave everything last minute. You don't double check, sort of thing. Like when we were in Spain, like the bag with like, all the toiletries and stuff we bought to like share and whatever.
Yeah.
I sort of left that like, hey, okay, you're bringing this, and you just didn't bring it. And it's like,
wait, what did I not bring?
The whole bag with like the shampoos, like.
Oh, I left it, didn't I? I think I tucked it down a corner, and I did scan the room.
Yeah,
because
you tried to like throw it. You threw a lot of stuff away, sort of thing.
Yeah, but at least that didn't have any like.
And like not. There's a fine line between like not stressing and like being like
too much. Yeah.
Being like on it, sort of thing, and like not overly stressing because of that.
Do you think maybe I'm a little bit tilted towards the wrong?
You go towards like the too carefree where it becomes like stressful then.
Yeah.
Whereas I try and stay unstressed but also on it. So I'll plan ahead. Yeah. So then like later on I'm not stressed, and that plan ahead, like I'm not stressed at the moment for planning ahead. And like when leaving I'll double check stuff.
Yeah. I mean honestly I think it's a problem with when I'm with people, it's just different. I think when I'm with people,
you're on your own.
Okay, in Ireland it's a different situation. Okay, I put my hands up, but his wallet looked exactly like mine, and it was on the floor, and it was just like, okay, I've dropped that on my pocket. I picked it up, put it in my, and then it was just like, fuck. Okay, so I'm looking at the queue, and it's just like this fucking like snake queue, right? That just goes on for ages. I'm like, fucking hell. Okay, all right. So can I give this wallet to you? Because I need to go and check in, right? And she was like, hang on, give me a second. And then she calls this number and goes, 1 sec. and it's ringing, right? And it's just like every moment is ticking by. It's just like so excruciatingly long. And she's just like, 1 second. Yeah, sorry, I have someone here who's... And I'm just there, just like, yeah. And like every fucking sentence that she says is like the longest possible way of explaining things.
Yeah.
And then like the longest possible response time on the the receiver's end. And they're just like, okay. Right. And I'm just there like, you know what I mean? And finally she's like, okay, it would be okay if you give me a 4-digit number and the person's name, and then you can give me the wallet, okay? And I was like, all right, okay, fine. Bear in mind, maybe about 50 minutes now until we're boarding the plane, and I'm just like, okay, right, okay, fine.
No, so till boarding, not till it's
boarding the plane.
Off.
Boarding the plane, yeah. If you look at how long the queue is, I am thinking like I am possibly fucked here, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so I write her a 4-digit code. I give her my name. This took about half an hour. This whole process. And I was just like, oh God, right? Gave her the wallet, right? I run all the way over back into the queue, right? And it's taking fucking ages. The queue is taking, and I'm like considering like pretending like my wife is pregnant or something and going, excuse me, all right. Because you see these situations where people actually push into queues, and generally people don't even really care because like they're so like, imagine you're like going for a queue and someone's just like, excuse me, sorry. You kind of assume that they're someone who's like of some higher authority to do that sort of thing, like, and so no one really cares. But I wouldn't do that. I'm not the sort of person.
Would you ever pretend to speak a different language and just like you don't understand it, and just go?
Maybe, yeah, if it was a really, really dire situation. To be fair, this was, but anyway, I like a good boy, I was queuing properly, right? And anyway, so the queue lasted probably about 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So I got about 30 minutes until I actually until the plane takes off, right? Haven't gone through security yet, which
30
can
minutes
sometimes
until the plane takes off.
Yeah, and I'm like really stressing at this point. I'm like, this fucking wallet. Why didn't I just keep the wallet on me anyway? I could have just shipped it to him when I got back home.
Yeah, no.
But I just thought about doing like the good Samaritan thing of thinking like, okay, I'll do because it seemed like a wise thing to do. Leave the wallet at the airport, right? No hassle. But I didn't realise that the fucking queue would build up like that. Anyway, this isn't the most embarrassing thing, right? So I'm queuing up, right? There are people in front of me who are sensing that I'm stressing out, right? And they're like, do you want to go in front? I'm like, yeah, fine. Thank you. Appreciate it. For whatever good that does, right? I finally go through security. It's about 5 minutes now before the the boarding time closes, apparently on the app anyway. It says the boarding time. I'm thinking there's probably a little bit of leeway. I'm fucking legging it towards
if you've checked in, then they'll be like hello, calling for Vinny K.
Oh really? Yeah, that makes sense.
Some flights do that because you're checked in like on the itinerary sort of thing.
So I'm legging it towards the gate, right? The obviously the airport is just fucking massive, right? I'm legging it, right? And I'm seeing a sign saying the number of the gate. I'm like, right, fucking legging it, right? Checking the time. It's all in my head. I'm legging it, right? Turn a corner. There's still like fucking ages to run, right? I'm like, oh fuck, like that, right? 2 minutes left. I'm like, oh, like such a like, I don't know, just like the adrenaline goes through you, like Jesus fuck, right? I make it, right? I go to the gate. This is possibly the most stupid I've ever been in my whole life, right? This, I will admit to you that this is fucking.
You're so stupid.
This is fucking stupid. I'll admit to you, right? I go to the gate, right? I see that there's a queue.
I remember,
and I'm like, oh, fantastic! There's a queue. Okay, brilliant, right? So I go to the end of the queue, and I ask the guy at the end. I say, "Is this a queue? Is this plane boarding to Gatwick?" He goes, "No, it's Stansted." And I go, oh, fuck, okay. And I'm like, I hang back and I'm like,
yeah,
fuck, Gatwick must have gone, shit, okay. They end up boarding. I go and speak to the receptionist, right? The person at the gate. And I'm like, when did Gatwick go? And she was like, fucking ages ago. I'm like, okay, right. And then I'm just like, sit down. I'm just like, oh, fuck.
And it was indeed Stansted.
I'm fucked. And then I looked down on actually it took me a while. It took me a long time, right, to realise that actually the plane was boarding. My plane was boarding right in front of me, and I didn't realise that actually my plane was going to Stansted. And like I was thinking for some reason that like all of a sudden they managed to turn over that quickly that they could board a new plane at the same gate in the matter of 5 minutes. This new fucking... And I was just like... When I had that realisation, I ended up having to pay 80 quid to like board a new plane. And the plane was right there. And it was boarding. And I was like... When I realised, I was like, I am thick. I am a fucking idiot. I've never made a mistake like that before.
No, but you do make mistakes like that.
No,
Leicester Square.
Leicester Square? This is when I was younger
place.
and we were going to somewhere and I'd never heard of Leicester Square.
Leicester Square. Stop calling
No, I remember going to the person, what was it, in the train station reception. And I said,
going to go see Ricky Gervais for a stand-up like practice thing.
Why does it have a C in it? Leicester Square. That's what it looks like.
Oh my God. And you go to the flipping lady and you ask her, can I get a ticket to Leicester Square?
And she just looks and gives me the dirtiest look and she's like, no. Like, she doesn't even help me. She doesn't even say, are you talking about Leicester Square?
Yeah.
It's like, clearly that's what I mean, right?
But I didn't know what you meant. And like... At that point, I was pretty clued on.
I was young then. We were younger. I wasn't clued up about stations and places.
See, when you kept saying Leicester, I was spelling Lee.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Chester. But then once I saw it written down, I was like, "You idiot!"
Look, we all make mistakes. We all have these character building moments. And look, I'm pretty sick of me coming across as the fucking fool and idiot when you don't talk about your most embarrassing moment.
What's my most embarrassing?
I don't know. What's your most embarrassing moment, Wayne, that you can recall that makes you feel like...
I'm not going to embarrass myself. What do you think? No, you have to tell me. If you think I'm such an embarrassment...
Well, I don't know. I haven't witnessed every waking moment of your life.
I'm not an embarrassment.
No, but you've got to remember... Fuck off. So what? So you're implying that I'm a complete embarrassment?
Not a complete embarrassment.
Fuck's sake. Just a little bit of an embarrassment. I did after that mistake that completely could have been avoided.
Okay, but I would say my embarrassing moments are like when we were in Spain and like I was talking to that lady with her tits out trying to speak. You were there when I was speaking Spanish. Like, there was the man and he was like "Donde está?" like where are you from and stuff like that. And I was trying to like speak Spanish with them and
and you got embarrassed?
All I could say was like Vigo is really pretty, like we love it here sort of thing, and like that was all it was. And then the flipping umbrella flew away.
Did it really?
I'm just bringing it back to them.
Wait, did she had her tits out and you were talking to her?
But so was that's what I found that a bit...
It's funny, isn't it? In different cultures, how people just don't care about nudity. They don't give a fuck. It don't really bother me. If I went to a beach where people had that... I mean, I did go to a beach where people had their tits out.
That's kind of embarrassing because if I don't know how socially acceptable it is just to go up and talk to someone that's like... because people do it in Brighton.
Yeah. What, go up to people and talk?
No. Like just...
Well, when they got their tits out,
everything out, and it's like I don't think any of us cared, but it's just like
so. Then come on, that's not. I'm not talking about the most stupid thing you've ever done when you've been like, oh fuck me. And I know there are probably a few things that come to mind that you're not even willing to talk about, which isn't fair.
For the longest time, I used to call cutlery.
When were you, like 3 years old?
No, this is up until like 17, 18.
Okay, that's a little bit embarrassing now. That's a little bit embarrassing. Okay, fair enough.
Going to like a waiter, have the cutlery, please.
Why did you think it meant that? What the fuck? And you were 17, 18 years old? Okay, that's a bit embarrassing. I used to call, when people said the whole wide world, I thought they meant the whole white world. And I never wondered why. I always wondered, like, what do you mean white? It's not fucking white. I never understood that. But no, like a moment where you're just like so fucking seething with embarrassment. Like that was fucking embarrassing. I'm ashamed of myself.
But some were younger where like you think you've seen a friend, you like shout up for them and like it's not them. That was when I was like 4 or 5
you're like,
or something.
Someone's like, hey, and you're like, oh hey, and they're like, not you. Do you know what I mean? That is fucking embarrassing.
Like, calling like a friend's not even over there, but you mistake someone for them.
Yeah.
I've had moments like that. I haven't really had much embarrassment. I'm so careless. I just don't.
No, you're not. This is what you were saying. This is the whole principle of this conversation: is that you care you care very much, and that's the thing. You care very much that you maybe haven't fallen into an embarrassing moment because you never let your guard down.
It's not embarrassing like being late for something.
No,
Exactly.
no.
So like
But like
I'm
making a
clued
stupid
on.
decision about missing a plane. But this is the thing, Wayne.
Yeah, that's
and this is what I thought about.
I wouldn't have stuff. I haven't got a story like that.
I don't know why I decided to share that story with people, because really could have kept that whole situation completely to myself. No one would have known about it. But I suppose I like sharing moments like that.
See, I wouldn't mind either
Because
but
it's a fun story,
all
I guess.
embarrassing stories like that are more from when I'm younger. Like I don't have embarrassments like that.
Maybe it's because you keep your guard. You're fucking. You're on it. You pay attention.
You don't keep lies or things hidden secret, sort of thing. Or
oh god, yeah. When you get caught out lying, that's fucking embarrassing.
And that's why I try not to like I was saying a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
On the podcast, I want people to believe what comes out my mouth, and as soon as someone sees a little lie, that's it.
Yeah.
And if embarrassment goes away when you just don't keep lies, because no one's gonna say like, oh, but you said you met him when you didn't, or things like that. Like,
no, it's weird. I mean, I mean, when I was younger, I used to lie a lot. I mean, I don't like lying anymore because it's embarrassing when you get caught out as well. It's not only for that, it's just like, what are you fucking lying for? Life becomes so much simpler, and also people value your opinion a lot more, I find, when you
tell the truth.
Yeah, when you tell the truth.
Do you value my opinion of you when I say
because at least I know you're not bullshitting me and sucking my
I literally said to you
kissing my ass, I
literally said to you early on as I came in the door to you, I was like I feel like you're the one person who I can share like most details with.
Really? Like you can be completely open with me?
Yeah, like a load of family stuff that I probably can't tell even other family members. I'm thinking the way like I know you won't tell them sort of thing because you don't know them or etc. Or like just like any little worries I have that I feel like if I told family, then like they're right next to me and they can nag me about it. Or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm not going to judge you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like I'm not a very judge? Like I'm not going to judge you. That's the thing.
No, I think you do, but like because I'm what you like, that you don't.
What do you mean?
Because I feel like there's been times when you said like for the podcast, for instance, you wouldn't want someone like to come on here that's just like, oh, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want that to be out in the open.
Yeah, because like, you're just conscious of everything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you can't
because
do a
I'm
podcast.
Like the person that you like you don't judge me.
I just feel like this is the thing though. Like,
why would you go on a podcast if you're going to be scared about everything you say?
Yeah,
that's the point of it.
Yeah, exactly.
People hear it.
yeah,
why
right.
hide it?
But like, this is what I mean. Like, everyone has embarrassing shit. Everyone has like, stuff that you don't want people to hear about. But I think I get some enjoyment out of sharing that, and especially out of hearing that from other people, because you realise that we're all fucking idiots. We all make mistakes. We all do stupid shit, and we should celebrate that. We shouldn't. We shouldn't judge people.
You like being degraded?
No, I don't like being degraded. But I just feel. Do you know what I mean? Like
when you laughed at that.
No, but like what I'm saying is like when you hear someone's like shitty day or like something that they've been through that's been shit, like it's almost quite enjoyable because you can relate to it and you think you're human.
I hate that. Well,
you're human.
No,
you're human.
If someone
You've been
told
through
me about
a human experience.
If I was talking to someone, they were like, "Oh, today was shit," and then
you know what I mean though. Like someone who's telling a really good story about how much of a shit time they've been through, and they've it's to me that's so much more interesting and funny and real and engaging.
Someone just being like,
yeah, I spent load of money.
No. People just say okay, and not like, well, actually quite bad,
Yeah, exactly. Be honest, be real.
On me.
That's what I like. I like people who like when you ask how they are, they give a genuine answer.
Yeah,
they don't just go, yeah, I'm okay. They say, you know what, I've had a shit day today.
I feel like I said that as well today. I came in the door and was like, oh, I'm pretty bad. Like,
yeah, you're honest, right? It's all about being honest, and I think in this day and age, it's all about upkeeping. And this is what I was saying in about Instagram. People present this best version of themselves, this best ideal version that they present themselves online, where they're only sharing the best, most presentable moments. They have an assortment of selfies and they pick the best one and they put filters on it, and they only take pictures of places that they've been at, like the best, the best situations. They don't take pictures of when they're at their low points. And I think we should share those low points.
I take pictures when I'm at my low points, but I think because they're so low and shitty that they look funny, what was happening there. Like the time when I jumped into the pond when I said I was too hot, I have a video of that.
Yeah.
I think it's quite funny to look back on it. It's a really fun memory.
Yeah.
It's basically, I think I said this on the podcast.
What?
I was doing like a pub crawl with uni mates, and you know when there's like construction going on, they have like fences and anti-climb fences on the other side. So like I tried to like climb, and like my hand got stuck in like a spike or something.
Oh no!
So I had to be like lifted up so I could get my hand
What do you
out.
do when you're drunk?
I get like giddy. Like,
I bet you have so many embarrassing stories when you're drunk. You just
really
don't remember
happy.
them.
No, I do remember them, but I don't get drunk often because it's dangerous for me.
Is it? Yeah, really? Because you just do fucking stupid shit.
I'd be so lucid. Like if someone like pulled up in a white van and was like, "Do you want to come on a ride?" I'd be like, "Yeah."
I remember when we were in Bournemouth, there were like these two really scatty looking girls, right? Who were like walking past us.
Wait, just me and you or not?
No, we were with Saul and Nathan, right? And they were like, "Hiya, how you doing? Do you want to come back to our flat?" And then there was some fucking guy who looked like he was in his 40s, and he was like, "Yeah, you can come back to ours." And you were like, "All right, come on then." And I was like, "Wait, no, let's not do that."
Funny like thing, like. They weren't. I can't even remember what they were.
Mate, the guy looked dodgy. It was a dodgy situation. And also, why would you do that?
I thought it'd be funny.
Okay, granted, it would have been funny
you were talking about,
for maybe like half an hour. But then we're sitting there thinking, what the fuck are we doing here?
I thought you were talking about when we went to go see. Was it? Well, why do I feel like I was drunk?
Darren Brown, you gave a pizza to those girls.
Did I drink or something?
No, you didn't drink. No,
was I not drunk? Because I just remember being like very like happy sort of thing.
Yeah.
That pizza was like so nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
And yet that's why you decided to share it with these girls.
And they were just like,
this means nothing to anyone.
They were just these two girls basically. They were just like, me and Vinny were like, oh, let's find like we wanted to like go into a pub or something, you know, enjoy the time. Everything was fucking closed, and it wasn't like a dead day sort of thing. It was like a Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was like an okay sort of day.
Yeah.
And it was just nothing. So it was like, oh, fuck it. We might as well just get food and call it a night then. So we went and got food, and like these two girls, they were like, can we... they were coming up to us, and I thought, why the fuck are they coming up to us?
Yeah,
like,
It's a bit of a dodgy area.
Yeah. We look really dodgy. Like, they actually just wanted a favour for us to wait for them until they got on the bus, because there was this other dodgy guy.
Oh, following them. Yeah. Isn't it weird that...
And I love how when I offered Pete like food, they ate it. Like, probably shouldn't accept stuff off a stranger.
Yeah, it's true. But isn't it weird though that no matter where you look, not far, there's always a weirdo.
Yeah. Why did you look at me? I'm joking. Do you
know what I mean? There's always a suspicious bloke hanging around, or where we live, anywhere.
I feel like that's everywhere in the world.
You
always get a suspicious.
Why is that? Why aren't people just trustworthy, man?
It's
do you know what I mean? Why can't you just walk out in the street without having a suspicion that you might potentially get murdered?
I just give people my personal belongings, walk off for an hour, and then come back and they're still there and give them back to me, sort of thing.
You know what I mean? But really, generally, most people are trustworthy.
It's like homosexuality occurs in like animals.
Animals as well.
It's just like I'm sure there's like animals that like. Animals can't trust. They're like, don't let him bury, like a squirrel. Don't let him bury you or not. So you think fucking
he'll take advantage of you, mate. Yeah.
Take advantage of you.
But like this is the thing. I mean, do you think that there are cunning, villainous animals out there who take the? I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Probably, especially with gorillas and monkeys. Fuck me, they're nasty. Yeah. Nasty. Some breeds of them primates.
I've definitely watched like Animal Planet and seen like animals play jokes on each other or like push them or like play.
It's crazy when you look at how intelligent they are compared. I mean, obviously noting that they don't fucking compare it to us, but like, I mean, even if you look at dogs,
just us specifically, us two, or us as in the human race?
As in the human race.
Because if we're going off us two, more specifically,
that situation there, maybe, it doesn't go with that. But like what I was saying, like with with dogs and stuff. Have you looked at specific talent, like Britain's Got Talent and talent shows where dogs are like fucking clever, man. Like certain breeds of dogs, they know what to do. They remember sequences in dance routines, and they know to jump around hoops and do all this crazy shit. It's crazy.
Can you not remember to do that?
No, but I just mean for dogs, it's surprising. It's crazy. I mean, honestly, some animals way more intelligent. I mean, I don't know why people keep going on about the dolphin. I've never seen a dolphin do anything that's intelligent, to be honest. No.
You've never seen like people swim with dolphins and like start shagging them?
No, I haven't. No, what channel's that on?
What address is that on?
No, but what is it that they do? What do dolphins do that are so intelligent? I don't understand.
I think it's like just like the way they hunt and stuff like that. Like,
or they communicate with each other.
They
maybe.
know eating. What fish is it that they eat? Is it puffer fish or something?
Do they?
Like, they know
Don't
like
know.
the toxins give them a high sort of thing.
Oh, really?
So go and eat them and like.
Is it really?
They get high and stuff.
They get high.
I swear to God.
That's so cool.
I'm pretty sure it's puffer fish.
That's crazy.
But
Man.
there's loads of things they do that it's just like they're like weirdly like de-advanced.
And they almost do it for reason, you know. Like most animals, we learn that animals don't really do things for a reason. Like humans do, we do things for a reason, whereas animals do it out of instinct. Whereas almost it's as if dolphins are doing things for certain reasons.
It's like humans are the only like animal that like spicy food for spicy foods. Like we're the only like species that does things without a reason.
Yeah.
Why would you eat spicy food? What?
Do you not like spicy food?
No, I do like it.
But why would you do it? Because it's
Exactly,
just purposely giving you pain. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we do things
Not pain. Sometimes some spice is like no pain. It's just like adds flavour.
Yeah, I quite like that. But what I find with spicy food is that it just fucking counteracts all the flavour. And I'm just like, why the...
No. Do you know, this is going to sound really weird, but like my brother bought this like, I think it was my brother. He bought like this like steak like seasoning thing.
Oh yeah.
Whenever I put like chips in an air fryer or something, I load it on there and it just
really?
So it's not like hot spice, it's like this is good spice.
Is it? Yeah. I the only thing I like is like jalapenos. I don't really like anything else. I just think it's like burning the roof of my mouth, and I'm just like, why am I doing this to myself? But humans do a lot of shit like that. I mean, people fucking hurt themselves for enjoyment and entertainment.
There's no other species out there apart from humans that do anal.
Do you think? No, that's not true.
Really?
That's not true.
What have you been watching?
No, but like you know, like I think gay.
You think
gay monkeys do it up the arse, yeah. And I think I think there's certain breeds of dolphins that do it in the blow.
I love the I think again.
No, from what
I've heard.
What, like I've been studying this no, it's true. Like no. I think a lot of animals, I mean, like you just said, a gay sex occurs,
homosexuality occurs
in animals as much as humans. That's when I realized that, like, I mean, look, I never had a problem with gays, but it made more sense to me when I realized that it happened.
Right, someone just going to a random point in the video hearing that. I've never had a problem with gays.
No, I honestly, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit, right?
Yeah, it doesn't affect me.
But like, if animals are doing it as well, that kind of makes more sense.
It's true. It's like it's not affecting you, so
yeah.
Why do you like vote against it?
No. The beginning of the podcast, we spoke about things that you shouldn't do on a first date as a guy, right?
Yeah.
You've got like from me.
Was this that? What was your mum's story?
My mum
go on a date.
Yeah, so my mum went on a date and it was horrendous.
All right, let's hear this date then.
So she told me this story, okay, and she came back last night. What?
Crying?
No, she wasn't crying, but she was very, very hungry and she was very depressed.
Oh,
right?
what? She went on a date and she didn't eat.
She didn't. This is it, right? So she went on a date with this guy, right? Now, this guy, he picked her up, right? He took her to like this museum, right? And they went to see the museum and they looked at all these pictures and she said that she thought it was a little bit boring. Like maybe after an hour she was like, okay, right, I get it. You know what I mean? Like it's just pictures of old people like in portraits, just like sitting there like that. You know, like just that sort of thing. And I said, why didn't you go to the Tate Modern? The Tate Modern is so interesting.
When you say like that.
What?
People listening.
No, I said sitting there. I said sitting there with their crossed arms, right? Just so like boring. Looking serious. Just paintings of that. I can't imagine that being very interesting. Yeah. And I said, why didn't you go to the Tate Modern or some sort of museum like that?
This was I was there a couple of weeks ago. I told you about this, but they've got like the Dali experience or something like that. Like you have to.
What's that?
It's like it's a light show. They do it. Like they have loads of stuff there. Like most of it's free, but there's a couple of things you have to pay.
What,
for.
the Tate Modern?
Like, yeah, I can't remember. It's like the Dali experience or something.
What is that? You don't know? You haven't seen it?
Some like light show or like
that's so cool.
Sensory sort of thing.
Yeah, I kind of want to go there again because it's very cool. I mean, you just walk into a room and there's like this absolutely massive fucking chair, and it's just it's staggering. It's like you see all these like weird sculptures and shit like that, and all this stuff that's kind of modern, you know, and they're going to like this shitty old like ancient fucking museum, you know, which just has some fucking interest, but it's just like you go there if you want to impress someone, you go there, right? Anyway, So what happened was, right, she was thinking, okay, after we go to the museum, he'll take me to maybe a nice restaurant, we'll go somewhere nice, right? He ended up taking her to the park, right?
Oh.
And he was like, she was like, are you not hungry? Kind of like hint, hint, I'm hungry. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she was feeling very hungry at that point, right? So he was like, no, I'm not hungry. Don't worry about me, sort of thing. And she was like, oh, okay, right. Anyway, so he was like, okay, where are we going to sit, right? There was these 2 deck chairs, right, in the middle of this park, right? And she was like, oh, should we go sit there? Because there were no benches or anything like that. And she was like, I'm not sitting on the grass, right? Bear in mind, these people were in like their,
you just ended up taking her to go sit on the grass.
No. Oh. So he's like 62, she's 58, right? So it's a little bit weird that they're going in the park, in my opinion, right? That's something you do when you're a teenager, right? But this is even worse, right? So,
but it depends what park. If it's like your local park, but if it's something like Hyde Park,
yeah, I know. But it was like, do you remember yesterday? It was kind of overcast, and it was just like boring,
It rained a little.
Yeah, it absolutely chucked it down. Did you not hear the lightning last night?
Oh yeah,
I was
out of it.
Oh, were you? It was crazy. I was loving it. I love it when it rains like that.
That was the loudest thunder I've probably heard in the UK.
Yeah. Oh, mate, it's sick. I was just sitting there at the window like, oh, fuck me. This is, I don't know. It's really like atmospheric.
I was out of it because like my ankle was hurting. I just popped a load of painkillers and just like lay in there. And it would keep waking me up. And I was like, fuck yeah.
But anyway, they were in the park, right? And it weren't raining at this point. But anyway, he goes, okay, we'll sit at the deck chairs, right? Some guy walks up and he says, oh yeah, it's £6 for an hour to sit on a deck chair, £6 each, right? And he goes, £6 for an hour? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, what if we're not sitting here for an hour? And they go, oh, well, okay. Well, he said, can you give me a refund? Can you give me a refund if it's not for a whole hour? No. And my mum's just standing there thinking like...
The embarrassment.
Like, what the fuck? Right? And so he's going through it with this guy, like, like how much it's all going to cost and all that sort of thing. Bear in mind, right, the guy's got a lot of money. The guy has a lot of money, right? He's well off, okay? He could easily spend that money, yet he's getting caught up on this
like
shit that doesn't matter.
On a first date or just when you're out with someone, that's when, like, you can't really, like money. Do you remember when like we used to be friends? When we're like we used to go swimming.
Yeah.
And like I know at that time you probably couldn't afford to go like get a meal afterwards. Sort of thing. So I'd always just like pay for you like nothing sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like dates should be like that, just like not caring about like money sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean it's good just if you can do that. I mean I know that some people are wet, but the problem is he is well off.
But like talk about money. Talk about that beforehand, so not making that like an issue in it.
Yeah.
Because then like it's like that embarrassing situation.
I know.
Like,
I know.
He's scrimping. With
I know.
£6.
And the guy, and he's like, okay, well, what if? Okay, all right, half an hour for £3 each, right? And my mum's like, well, we're going to be here for longer than half an hour. And he's like, okay, you're right? So he pays him £12, right? £12, okay, which is a lot of money, granted, for an hour, but he's got a shitload of money. And just also, this is like, I think, this is a date. What are you doing? Why are you like getting all caught up in it? Like, it's just awkward, right? She stood there and he's having a conversation with this guy going, okay, this is a little bit expensive, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, just give him the money, man, right? Well, you got to pay for it. We're not going to sit on the grass. So I end up sitting on this deck chair, right? And she's obviously made it clear. You could have went
into a bar and just sat down for free.
Yeah, go to a restaurant or sit in a bar. Yeah. Don't sit in the park, right? It's just weird, right? And he sits on the deck chairs, right? Which is, maybe he was assuming maybe it might be sunny and stuff. And I said that to her, and she said, no, he knew that it was raining. He checked the weather forecast. He knew it was going to piss down with rain, and yet he still took her to the park. I mean, the whole story of this date is just like ticking off everything that you shouldn't do on the first date.
She's not going on the second date, is she?
No, I've said I'm not going to let you go on the second date, right? So anyway, she's sitting on the deck chair, right? And she's made it very clear that she's hungry, right? And he's like, don't worry, I've got some egg sandwiches.
Oh, fuck off.
By the way, she hasn't ever said or made it clear that she likes egg.
See,
she might not like egg.
If you were younger, that might be a bit cute. Sort of thing.
Exactly. Yeah,
but it's when you're not
He's
older.
62 years old. This guy, Anyway,
when you're older and got money, sort of thing.
It's like, what are you doing? When he said, "Oh, I've got some egg sandwiches for you," she was like, she laughed. She went because she thought he was joking, right? And then he pulled out the egg sandwiches, right? And she was like, they were homemade. He wrapped them in tin foil and he opened them right? And he started saying, here, this is for you and stuff. And then he got out a water bottle, just a normal water bottle, right? That he had poured some gin in, right? Some,
what is this, man?
Right? And he was like, oh, we can drink in the park.
What is this?
And he got a can.
What is this?
He got a can of Coke, right? And he was like, oh, we can put the gin in the Coke, and we can. And my mum was telling me this, and I was just like, this is unbelievable. This is crazy, right? Look, all of this is understood and appreciated, and it's fine. Maybe if you're like teenagers, that's fine. Sitting in the park, eating some sandwiches and drinking, that's a teenager behavior, right? This guy is 62 years old.
I feel like if it was planned, and sort of thought, like, if it was thought in advance, like, right, let's bring a bottle of like spirits, bring some drinks that we both like, make it an actual picnic.
Yeah.
Not just one guy planning, right, you're gonna eat my egg sandwiches.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna have my gin, and you're gonna have my Coke.
Yeah, she was like,
I'm not gonna buy you food from a restaurant. I'm not gonna buy food from a restaurant. It's gonna be this.
And so right now she's drinking, right, and she's hungry. She's eating these egg sandwiches, they're egg sandwiches, it's not very romantic.
Cold egg sandwiches.
Exactly, yeah.
Gin with shitty Diet Coke.
Then it starts raining, right? They're in the park. It starts pouring down with rain, lightning, thunder. It was fucking horrendous yesterday, right? Pissing down with rain, right? He goes, don't worry, I've got an umbrella.
Oh.
He gets an umbrella out. They both run underneath a tree, and they're stood there underneath this tree with an umbrella, just stood there while it's raining, right? On a date in the park in the fucking rain.
I reckon he was having the best time ever. I bet he was loving it. For him, it's a little side quest adventure. Like, he's there just eating his sandwich in one hand, the umbrella in the other, chuffle, smile.
But she was telling me this, and I was like, this is mental, right? This is all forgiven if you're like a third of their age.
What,
but he's 62.
If he's actually mental, he's forgiven.
If he's actually mental as well, that's another thing, right? But they're stood there on this date underneath this tree,
him? Down
right?
an alley or something.
She said he's a nice guy. She said he sounded nice on the phone. Like, what the fuck?
What did she do? Like, ring up customer service for somewhere and
met him in an alleyway. So she stood there under the tree, right? And she says to him, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not very happy with this, because we stood underneath a tree, and didn't you know that it's not very good to stand under a tree when there's thunder and lightning, because it increases your chances of getting electrocuted, right? And he goes, oh, I didn't know that, right? So they run out, right? They run out under the tree, right? Then they go to this boat thing, right? Like on the River Thames. It
just sounds so long, man.
Yeah, and she just said, like, it was like the most depressing, like, boring thing ever, horrendous, just horrible. I can't imagine. Do you imagine going on a date with someone that you just like? It's just it's
see,
just
like, even
awkward.
that's why I said that's why I said low commitment stuff is better, because let's say if you just go for like something like a coffee, or if it's a hot day, going for like an ice cream or something. Yeah. You can like chill out, just like mooch around, do whatever, like go sightseeing things, but just apart.
I know, man, how fucking unclassy. And she dressed up all nicely and stuff, whereas he was just wearing shorts and a t-shirt, and it was just horrendous. They went on this boat, right, and like there was like this music playing, and she said it was cool, but like she felt like shit because she was with this guy who she had no attraction to, or she was just done with him, and she was starving at this point, right? Then he starts dancing in his chair, going like this, right?
Stop.
He's not offered her a drink at this point, so she's like, look, here's my card, can you go and buy me a drink, please? Like, it's over there, right? He goes, yeah, but I'll pay for it, right? Which is nice, right?
Yeah.
Then he doesn't get it. He just carries on dancing like that. 20 minutes go by after he said he's going to get her the drink, and he's not even bought it, right? And she's sitting there thinking, what the fuck? Then they get off the boat, they go and sit in this restaurant, right? He brings out a cake from his bag, puts it on the table in the restaurant, and he's like, right, let's eat some of this cake, right?
Oh.
And they start eating it.
What are you fucking on about a cake? Why has he brought a cake to a date? A cake? Is it like his birthday? He's got no friends. You're fucking with me.
No, I swear on my life, right? You can ask her, right?
I bet it was like left over, like a slice taken out, and he's like, "Oh, it's from my like ex-girlfriend's niece's like birthday."
No, it's a genuine
Fucking
cake.
cake.
And then, but they don't have any cutlery, so they're just eating it with their hands. He doesn't ask anyone for any cutlery. And I said to my mum, why didn't you ask her for anyone for cutlery? And she said it was so busy. And she just thought, fuck it at this point. I'm so hungry. I'll fucking eat it, right? And they're in this, so they're sitting in this restaurant, haven't paid for anything, brought out a cake from his bag, put it on the table, and they're eating it with their hands. So then after the restaurant, right, they leave. She's thinking, fuck this, I need to go, right? Then he's like, should we carry on the night? So they go into this restaurant, right, on their way to like St. Albans or something, which isn't far from where she lives, right? And they're in the Uber, right? And he's like, you know, they're talking and stuff, and she's just like feeling sick because she's so hungry, you know?
Yeah.
And she's just like, I'm not gonna lie, I've got to go. Like, I'm sorry, but I've got to go. And he's like, what's wrong? Like, what do you mean you got to go? No. And she's like, I've got to go. She gets out of the Uber, and I'm just like, good for you. What a horrendous day. She told me about that date, and I just gave her a hug, and I was like, I'm so fucking sorry that happened. That sounds like the most depressing, awkward, horrendous, pointless, just tragic fucking date I've ever heard of in my life.
He's got a cake. He's carrying around a cake.
He's got a cake out.
Something a paedophile would do. I'm not even joking. Something like a fucking paedophile would do.
It's true.
A nonce would do that. Like the Candyman out of flipping Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah. So I suppose when I asked the question at the beginning of what are all the things that you shouldn't do on a first date, that sums it up.
There we go.
There you go.
Don't be a creepy,
fucking weirdo.
Tight,
yeah,
just
tight.
be free. Just like try and be comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah.
Do something that's low.
Or maybe accommodate your date.
Yeah.
If she says she's hungry, that might maybe be a hint that you should
try
get
and
somewhere
do stuff
to eat.
that's comfortable. You don't, you know.
Yeah. Granted, he made egg sandwiches, but you know. As maybe you're probably expecting something a little bit classier and romantic than egg sandwiches in the fucking park.
That whole day, at my age, if that was planned beforehand, like a picnic style thing, I feel like that could have went so good.
Yeah,
like,
it could have been
bought,
good.
Like, a cute
you see,
red picnic blanket, like checkered, like the thing I'm wearing on now, and like you actually had an arrangement of food, got a couple drinks, so that like you know,
something light, something chill.
To have gin and coke. And don't bring a cake. A cake's like you're celebrating.
Yeah, don't bring a cake. Look, neither of us are experts, but it's pretty common sense, don't you think? But this is the thing about common sense; it's not as common as we think.
True.
To wrap this podcast up, I'd say we should embrace our weird ways. We should express our embarrassing moments, and we should celebrate them. Yeah. We shouldn't cower away from them and not tell anyone. We should share them with the world, because at the end of the day,
don't be too weird or sporadic, otherwise you end up like me. I've been described as a crackhead, so maybe like if there's a dial, just
turn it down a little bit, make it a little bit socially acceptable.
Yeah, but like bring the weirdness up a little bit. Yeah, the sporadic like dial, whatever, when it brings the weirdness to an awkward, embarrassing bit, bring that down.
Everyone loves a bit of socially acceptable weird.
It's weird. Weirdness is uniqueness.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if we're all the same?
That's a good point.
It'd be a bit boring, wouldn't it?